Hello everyone, my name is Ankita. I am a PG MTech student in Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering, Bangalore, in the branch of Digital Electronics and Communication. I am here to present a paper on in third international conference on data science, machine learning and applications on the topic of artificial intelligence dependent concepts to develop fully fledged automation in dynamical robotic machines. Here is the presentation outline. First, we'll know about the introduction, then what is robotic rehabilitation, then what are the approaches on the paper, that is analytical approach and ML based approach, then finally the experiments conducted and the conclusion. So stroke is the currently leading cause of death, surpassing the coronary artery disease and its prevalence, increasing the alarming rate. The most well-known consequence of stroke is hemiparesis, which causes development of disabilities. Despite the fact that there are few methodologies, broad undertaking explicit monotonous development in one of the most secure and best techniques to recover the lost portability of the influid appendages. So what is robotic rehabilitation? Robotic rehabilitation is the center where the hemiparesis disabilities are there to help the patients to come out of the stroke. To help the patients with particular disability, robotic rehabilitation is the perfect way. So let us know on the approaches on the robotic rehabilitation. So the approaches are analytical approaches and ML based approaches. So analytical approaches is the active compensation methods which balance the system. This model contains torque which depends on the pose and the weight distribution of the links. So the framework is balanced utilizing logical dynamic pre-processes that track each joint using the system gravity model. ML based approaches is a set of algorithms which are based on two main ideas, that is collecting the additional data from the sources and upgrading the data presentation. So let us briefly know about the analytical approach. The forces in this model are based on the connection weights, dispersion as well as their position. So as we can see in the figure 2, the upper part is the analytical approach and the below part is the ML based approach. So for analytical approach, both gravity equations as well as experimental torques are first fitted into the process. Then by using the gravity compensation model using fitted parameters, we'll get the expected outputs. Whereas in the ML based approach, only the experimental torques are used which are obtained from the experiments. Then the data which are obtained are fitted into the supervised learning, that is we will initially train the data, then by using the gravity compensation algorithm using ML, the outcomes are observed. So here is the ML based approach. ML is a collection of computation focused on two main goals, that is collecting additional data from other sources and upgrading data representations and plan in order to make better use of existing data. There are a range of strategies and approaches in machine learning to achieve a similar goal. Some are better suited to particular problem than the others. So here in neural association, Bayesian classification, closed neighbor classifiers, support vector machines, so on are used. In light of the procedures found in the writing, this article investigates and thinks about two unique answers to accomplish gravity remuneration and test them on the robot dynamical framework. By using the CAD model of the instrument to acquire solid qualities of pi, a trial fit is required. The contrast between the additional trees and the first arbitrary backwards are as per the following. Unlike the irregular timberland, additional trees don't utilize the tree stacking step to create the preparation subset for each tree. Extra tree choose the best component alongside comparing work to part the hub. Let us now know about the experiments conducted. This describes how the force database is collected procedure. There are 4 different steps in the experiment, that is experimental setup, analytical method, ML based method development and validation. So here is the experimental setup. So the figure shows the tested positions. The home rehab workspace is divided into 4920 points covering 79% of the workspace used for the application. The tested positions from a rectangular parallel grid is Cartesian axis, which is of 0.8 meters to 0.22 meters and 0.18 meters. The distance between each point is 2 centimeters. So for now, the analytical method, that is a least square optimization method, is carried out to obtain the values of pi, that is best fit with the training database. So the figure shows the experimental and theoretical torques of the fitted model. The red line shows the experimental torques and the blue line shows the fitted model. As we can observe in the figure, mostly the obtained values or the data are similar to the fitted model. So next we will know about the ML based method development. Here the input data for the ML algorithm is same as of the analytical method. These data are arranged in 6 columns, that is XYZ, tau 1, tau 2 and tau 3. As we can see in the table 2, by using the 80% of the data, the best results are obtained. And table 3 shows the results for the different ML algorithms which are used in the ML based approach. So as we can see, the multi OP GBR method achieves good performance with lower prediction time and memory usage. Thus, if real-time implementation specifications are very relevant, the final method would be preferred choice. So here is the validation. The validation is experiment which is carried out with the home rehab to test the performance of both the methods. Here as we can see, the validation experiment consists of moving the home rehab system to 120 points, in which 84 points inside the limits the training queue and 34 points outside the training queue. So for the conclusion, we can say the gravity compensation is a feature of mechatronic devices which are used for rehabilitation. People with limited mobility cannot manipulate bulky apparatus. It should be able to perform the task without any extra impediments. That is, um, as we know that hemiparesis is the main side effect of stroke. Patients who have attacked with the stroke and have the hemiparesis cannot manipulate any bulky apparatus or any bulky objects. So by using this robot, they should be able to perform tasks easily. At last, here are the references of the papers which I have referred for writing the paper. Thank you.